Hello YouTube. In this one we're going to be going over the weaknesses of the human body, more than anything. If you remember, in the past little while, I've been talking more and more about the weaknesses of the human body and how we can attack the body where it's weak, and the idea is to do that. In this video, I included a picture, if you will, of the circulatory system. If you notice, in all of the limbs, or all of the extremities, including the head, there are veins and arteries that are major blood vessels all throughout. If you notice in the arms, a lot of the areas where they're really close to the skin are under the armpits. Of course the neck, of course we know inside the wrists, we know inside the elbow is a good spot for them too. We know around the kneecap, right behind the knee, to the sides of the inside of the thighs. They're going to run into the femoral arteries. You know that those are deep, but they can be gotten to. I would recommend that you study this chart just so that you have an understanding of where you need to be cutting, where the arteries are. Understand that unless you're talking about the actual middle of the body cavity of the abdomen, you're really not going to hit anything that's a major artery or a blood thing. The reason why we go after blood targets, in case you haven't found out from the knife and anatomy videos, the reason why we go after blood is because if we cut a large enough artery, it will basically make our opponent pump out and lose consciousness and thereby die within about 30 to maybe 30 seconds to a minute, sometimes less, depending on what artery we cut. That right there will end the fight. It will make it to where your opponent will cease to function, and he won't have a choice in the matter, and that's something that we need to understand. Understand that sometimes you may need to know the location of the heart, because with a large enough knife, it can be gotten to. If you have a strong enough knife and it is large enough, you can go through the sternum, and you can either fit between ribs or smash through them. Those punch daggers are great for smashing through ribs. Very, something like that can be done. So, study the chart, learn what you need to know, and then go from there. And so that when you begin to practice forms, or you begin to practice patterns, and that way, instead of just saying, okay, I think I cut over here, and I think I cut over there, and I think I cut, and if you study this chart, you'll know where to cut. That's pretty much it. I appreciate your comments, I appreciate your views, I appreciate your time. Defend your homes wisely.